I have a question.
No. Okay, the first page, so there's two different parts to this. The first thing you want to remember is SOHCAHTOA. If you weren't here, that probably makes no sense. But I think you would have it. No. Please. Okay. Number. She's gonna be one of those days. There we go. So, TOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So, they're asking you for the value. In that case, you're just looking for a decimal or a fraction of the cosine of A. So the first thing you do is find angle A, because that's the angle you're talking about. Did I not give you one?
No.
So what's cosine?
Atkins told me there was nobody sitting by me.
Thank you.
Wait, what is cosine?
Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So you look at angle A, that's this angle here, and you want cosine, so you're going to write down that relationship. Cosine equals the adjacent angle over the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse never changes, it's always going to be the same. So hypotenuse is 50. Now the adjacent angle is the only angle left that's not the one that's opposite of angle C, or angle A. This is opposite, 40 is opposite, so the adjacent one is the other one that touches it besides the hypotenuse. So this has to be 30 over 50, reduces to 3/5. I imagine the fraction 3/5 or 0.6 is fine. Remember that? Got that? You think you could handle that? Should I do one more? So let's pick one more to do. Let's do this tangent one. Okay? Tangent of angle A. Okay? The tangent of angle A. So you probably should do this. Tangent of angle A. Tangent is TOA, opposite over adjacent, correct? Okay, so you're not dealing with the hypotenuse at all. Okay, here's A. Opposite of angle A is 28. Adjacent to angle A, remember it's not the hypotenuse, so it's the other one. What is that, 21? Did I say 21? So there is your fraction. If you reduce it,
4 over 3.
what's that? 4 over 3. And that would probably be good. Now, if you look at the second page, things are a little different. For the back side there. They are asking you actually to find the degrees in the angle. So follow along with me if you will. Okay. Let's say problem number, let's pick one out of the blue. Let's do 13. 13. You are looking for Mr. Question Mark angle. Okay, so you're going to have to look at the sides that they give you. What sides did they give you with the question mark? They give you this one, which is the hypotenuse side, correct? That's the hypotenuse, the longest side. And they give you this side, which is the adjacent side, correct? You don't know what the opposite side is. So you have to look and think in the SOHCAHTOA, which one of those three has adjacent and hypotenuse in it? Sine, cosine, or tangent has adjacent and hypotenuse. Maggie. Right, so you're going to find, you want to know cosine of question mark equals COA, so ka, adjacent over hypotenuse. Now here's where things get dicey. You find the adjacent side, which is 14, the hypotenuse side, which is 34. And this is why you have your little calculators, because that way you don't have to spend your time doing this math. If you take 14 and divide it by 34, you're going to get a decimal number, which is, Katie Schleimer?
411.
441 what? It doesn't.
411.
It doesn't really matter. And then you have to then look on your reference sheet of find cosine, find where cosine is 0.411, and then get the closest angle. Somewhere on your calculator, I'm sure you can type that in, but maybe I'll try it. Let's see if this works. What if you push the cosine button of 0.411? No, that isn't it. What if it's inverse cosine? What'd you get for degrees?
66.
Everybody get 66 degrees? So the answer, which one is it closest to? So pick the one it's closest to. You can comprehend it with that? Let's do one more. Actually, I'll let you try one before we go. Which one of these ones do you want to do? Just pick a random number there. Land Purdue, give me 14, 15, or 16. Alright, 15. You try number 15 and see if you can make heads nor tails of it. You try number 15, see if you can figure out the degree angle for number 15. You have to figure out which trigonomic function is going to work with the two sides that they give you. Ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages. And then I will somehow, at some point, I'm going to look at those calculators and see how you type in tangent or whatever degrees. But I like you to be able to do it the old school way where you had to look at paper and pencils. Do you have an answer? It doesn't say 210 degrees. That's a 71 degrees. Okay. Rumor has it's 21 degrees. Is that true? Boy, Ryan, I'm getting a lot of questioning marks there. So let's look at it again. You are given, with respect to the question mark side, you know the opposite side and you know the adjacent side. So what trigonomic function has opposite and adjacent? Rokala?
Oh, yeah, no.
What? Does tangent? So tangent, TOA, is opposite over adjacent. So opposite side was 14. The adjacent side was 15. Using your calculator, dividing 14 by 15, you're going to get 0.9 something, are you? 0.9
I looked at the wrong thing
repeater.
on my chart. It's like 43 degrees.
And then find where tangent of that is, which is what? 40 what? 43 degrees. Which should make sense, children, because, think about this, and I'll leave you with this. If you have a right triangle that has two equal sides, let's say these were both 7 inches, what are the degrees that these angles have to be? Because that is an isosceles triangle, which means the opposite angles have to be equal, which means they would have to be what, Maggie? These would both have to be 45 degrees. This was awful close to 1. They're almost the same size, so it'd have to be awful close to 45 degrees. By the way, this angle over here would have to be how many degrees? 47 degrees. Shemang. Your kids are smarter than the average bear.